Good day, everyone. Today we'll be having our new lesson, Other Effective Measures and Assessments. Your reporter for the day, yours truly, Shara G. Sarmiento, and with me, Maria Joan Tobias. Let's start with our objectives. At the end of this lesson, students will be able to determine other effective measures and assessments. Appreciate the importance of transversal competencies and 21st century skills to students' readiness for future challenges and opportunities. Differentiate the non-test indicator from traditional academic test. So let's discuss other effective measures and assessments. So there are three of those: the non-test indicators, transversal competencies, 21st century skills. For the non-test indicators, school must pursue goals not just focusing on the high test scores of its students, but also on their personality, attitude, and behavior while learning, which affects their social being. So, non-test indicators focuses more on our personality, attitude, and behavior, unlike with the our high test scores. So non-test is an alternative assessment in the sense that it differs from the paper and pen test. These are tests that do not force the students to give their responses, but rather allow the students to manifest their acquired knowledge and skills from the subject. Assessment tools that can be included are observation or observation sheets, such as diaries, portfolios, life skills, and attitude, interests, and other test instruments. So, the tools that can be used to assess these are diaries, portfolios, and life skills, and other test instruments. For the transversal competencies, or TVC, refer to knowledge, skills, values, and attitudes that are integral to life in the 21st century. So, transversal competencies, these are the skills, values, and attitude na importante siya, especially in this era, which is 21st. So we need to adapt and collaborate with our fast-changing world, technological advances that are continuously shaping our lives and workplace. A change from old educational goal is needed in order to achieve this. This will help the success of an individual and also a well-functioning society. So since we are living in our era which technology has evolved, so we need to adapt these competencies, the transversal competencies. And what are those? First, critical and innovative thinking. This is how we think extensively and profoundly, using abilities, attitudes, and dispositions such as reasoning, resourcefulness, creativity, and ingenuity in all learning areas at school and in lives outside the school. Second, global citizenship. Understanding the wider world and our place in it. It is about our rights, responsibilities, and taking active roles in our community. So, since we are belong in a community, we should recognize our responsibilities also. And for the third, physical health and religious beliefs. Giving importance for our well-being while continuously living and working, and also respecting different religious beliefs. So it's about giving importance also to ourselves and respecting different religious beliefs. Intrapersonal skills. These are the skills within ourselves, or the internal skills and habits that help us control thoughts, cope with problems, and learn new knowledge, such as abilities, which contribute to emotional intelligence, include aspects such as self-confidence and resilience. So these are the skills that within us, called internal skills. For the interpersonal skills, these are the abilities we use every day as we connect and communicate, both individually and in groups, with other people. They have a broad range of abilities, but especially communication skills such as listening and speaking effectively. They also provide the capacity to control the feelings and regulate them. So for interpersonal skills, it's about your skills to connect with other people or in groups. Media and information literacy. The ethical use of ICT to critically evaluate information and media content. So for media and information literacy, it talks about the proper usage of our gadgets and to evaluate information and media content on it. And for the continuation of this report, we have Maria Joanne Tobias.
So, the third type or the last type of skills of other effective measures of assessment is the 21st century skills. It is refers to the broad set of knowledge, skills, work, and character traits that are needed for the students to be totally equipped and become globally competitive that adapt the fast-changing world and advances in technology. This skill is for the learners to become ready and literate themselves about the advanced technology. 21st century has three types of skills for the students on how they can stay competitive in their chosen job. So, the first skill in 21st century skills is the learning skills. It is consists of four C's: the critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and the communication, where it teaches the learners or the students to about the mental process on how they adapt environment in work and strengthen their skills. Next one is the literacy skills, usually known as information, media, and technology. These concern about the element of technological understanding. Lastly was the life skill, also called as FLIPS: flexibility, leadership, initiative, productivity, social skills that are skills needed in our daily lives, specifically when we have a job someday. In learning skills, we have the four C's. The first is critical thinking. This is how we find solution to that problem may arise. For example, a company facing a problem. As we tell a problem, we should be ready and know the solution to it. So, if there is a problem, we are thinking solutions and how we deal with it and be ready to solve that particular problem. Second one is the creativity. This allows us to think outside the box and be able to innovate ideas and do things that may adapt to become successful. So, in creativity, you should think wider and make new ideas that shows your creative skills for you to have a nice outcome. For example, in drawing, di ba? Mas pilion nato na mangita og nindot nga drawing kay dili ta gusto og putyo-putyo lang nga drawing, or you are thinking more designs para papanindot pa ang imuhang drawing. And the next one is collaboration. This is how you communicate with your workmates or classmates. By collaboration, we combine each other's ideas, doing or helping each other's parts and responsibilities, and has the willingness to help with peers. And there was a saying that two is better than one. For example, groupings. So, kailangan nimo makipag-communicate or collaborate with your groups or members para mapadali ang inyong task. And you have the brainstorming and collecting ideas to have the better outcome. So, next is communication. Refers on how we talk, or communicate with others with the challenging part of having a different beliefs, philosophy, and backgrounds, but being able to understand each other's idea. In communicating, you must set aside the background of your peers because you are in diverse classroom or workplace, and by doing it may help to avoid conflict and failure in making your projects or tasks. So, literacy skills, usually known as information, media, and technology. So, what is information? It is in literacy skills, it is understanding the facts from fictions, statistics, and data we've searched from the internet. This skill may help us to understand the facts information we have from searching in the internet. So the second one in literacy skills is the media. Media is our skill to identify what information we heard, watch, and read. Maybe it is true or not. As the technology advancement, it is easy for humans to edit and picture out what they are posting online to attract citizens and make them believe easily. So as we know, media nowadays are not in all facts, but specifically some are make fake news and posting alarming content for us to believe and scared about it. Lastly, in literacy skills is the technology. 21st century was the advancement of technology. Literally, people in today's generation knows to use technologies and performing using it. Like in everyday class, it's already outdated using cartolina, Manila paper, board and chalk lesson presentation, but we are now using technology like projector, PowerPoint presentation, laptops, smartphones, and the usual meeting for alternative learning is the online classes. Technology advancement help us to make things and tasks easily. So, the last skills in 21st century was the life skills, or also known as flips. First one is the flexibility. It is the willingness of the ability to adapt changing circumstances. For example, knowing that yourself is wrong for something and by that you are willing to change yourself to be better and accepting the fact that you are wrong. So next is the leadership. So leadership is leading a particular group that motivates your members to act and achieve your set of goals. So we are all leaders, and in our own way, it is our capability to lead and motivates our members, and as a leader, it is a challenge to ourselves to collaborate and communicate on them effectively to achieve our goals and make the activity more successful. Next is initiative, voluntarily doing what is needed to be done without expecting rewards in exchange to it. Like for example, manghinlo ka kay gubot ka kalat kay inyong balay. Bisan wala ka gisugo sa imong parent, or it is your initiative para mahinlo inyong balay without any changes. Dili kay manghinlo ka kay gisugo ka sa imong mama aron tagaan ka og pangload or anything rewards for you para mahimo nimo tong mga butang. Next one is the productivity. This is how we accomplish goals in our daily life. It is giving importance to time, knowing that you should not waste it and complete the task with a given time. So as a person, we are productive to things that we are happy and love to do with life. Like, for example, doing your assignment on time without hesitation and laziness on your mind. The more important to you is to achieve that you can do your assessment or assignment on time. Lastly is the social skills. This is how we are able to socialize and interact with others. Being an introvert is such advantage to these skills because in socializing with different type of person, it is better thing that they have or being an extrovert. Social skill was the combination of collaboration and communication. As we are in diverse classroom, social skill is useful for us to have an effective communication and collaboration with our peers or classmates or our instructors. So that's all for our reports. Thank you for listening and God bless us all.